Prince Harry will wear his military uniform for a vigil tomorrow as his beloved grandmother lies in state. The late Queen's 8 grandchildren, including the Duke of Sussex and his older brother the Prince of Wales, will hold a 15-minute vigil on Saturday as she lies in state at Westminster Hall ahead of next Monday's funeral. Harry, who quit royal duties in 2020 for a new life in the US with Meghan Markle, will wear his military uniform for the occasion. Palace officials are said to have intervened after Prince Andrew, who stepped back from public duties in 2019 amid the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, was given the go-ahead to don his uniform as he joins King Charles, Princess Anne and Prince Edward for a separate vigil on Friday. A royal source told the Mirror, "Common sense has prevailed. It was a ludicrous situation given the Duke of Sussex has served his country and is a highly respected member of the armed forces with everything he has done for veterans. It is important that the Queen's grandchildren are all made to feel welcome and comfortable as they grieve their beloved grandmother together." Princess Beatrice, Princess Eugenie, Zara and Peter Phillips and Lady Louise and James, Viscount Severn are also understood to be taking part in the vigil of the Queen's grandchildren on Saturday evening. Prince Harry has been at the center of a row over military uniform. Image, Getty. The Duke did not wear his military uniform for the procession to Westminster Hall on Wednesday. Image, Getty. Harry wore a morning suit with his medals during Wednesday's procession. Image, Getty. Harry, who served on the front line during 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan, had been at the center of a row over whether he would wear his military uniform for official events including the late monarch's state funeral. Only working royals, which Harry and his disgraced uncle the Duke of York are not, were being permitted to dress in uniform at 5 ceremonial occasions. The events are the St Giles Cathedral service in Edinburgh, the coffins procession to Westminster Hall, the vigil at the Lying-in State, the funeral in Westminster Abbey and the committal service in Windsor. But an exception was made for Andrew to wear his uniform as a special mark of respect for the Queen when he stands guard around her coffin during the vigil with her 4 children on Friday. Harry and Andrew did not wear military uniform on Wednesday. Image, Getty. King Charles led the procession from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Hall. Image, Getty. The late Queen is lying in state at Westminster Hall. Image, Getty. In a previous statement, the Duke's spokesman said, "Prince Harry will wear a morning suit throughout events honoring his grandmother. His decade of military service is not determined by the uniform he wears and we respectfully ask that focus remains on the life and legacy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II." The uniform ban was no doubt a bitter blow for ex-Sir Harry, who is proud of his decade in the forces. The Duke was devastated after being stripped of his honorary military roles including Captain General of the Royal Marines in the wake of Megxit. He retains the service title he earned during his time in the army. Harry walked in the procession on Wednesday alongside his older brother William. Image, Getty. In his tribute to the late Queen earlier this week, he opened up on his first meeting with my Commander-in-Chief when she attended his passing out parade at Sandhurst in 2006 when he became an officer in the British Army. Harry wore civilian dress as he walked in the solemn procession from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Hall on Wednesday ahead of the late monarch lying in state for the public to pay their respects. King Charles led the procession, with the Duke of Sussex walking alongside Prince William. The brothers have had a fractured relationship in recent years but have come together in their grief for their grandmother. Other royals, including the Earl of Wessex who dropped out of the Royal Marines, wore military uniform, while Harry and Andrew did not. The Sussexes and the Waleses at Westminster Hall on Wednesday. Image, Getty. An emotional Harry on Wednesday. Image, Getty. William, Kate, Harry and Meghan leave Westminster Hall on Wednesday. Image, Getty. Outspoken broadcaster Piers Morgan, a fierce critic of the Sussexes, has called for Harry to be allowed to wear his military garb for the funeral events. Writing in The Sun earlier this week, the Talk TV presenter admitted he was not a fan of the Duke, who he branded a petulant brat. But Mr. Morgan added, "One thing I will never begrudge him is the right to be properly respected for his military service, which included 2 tours of Afghanistan. And I don't think it's right that he has been banned from wearing his uniform at events to commemorate the death of his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. I know the rules say he can't because only working royals can wear uniforms." The Queen, head of the armed forces, during Harry Sandhurst passing out parade in 2006, image, Getty, "But there are times when such protocol and rules need to be torn up, and common sense applied, and this is one of them." Harry joined the Household Cavalry's Blues and Royals as 2nd Lieutenant Wales, a rank referred to in the regiment as cornet. He went on to become a captain and served for 10 years in the army. At Prince Philip's funeral in April 2021, the thorny dress issue was dealt with by the Queen, who decided that no members of the royal family should wear uniform to spare the embarrassment of those left out. Trending it comes as Harry and Meghan are staying at Frogmore Cottage during their UK visit. The Sussexes, who are living in Montecito as they pursue new lives of personal and financial freedom, were already in Britain as part of a Europe tour when the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral last Thursday. The couple, who are staying at Frogmore Cottage, stepped out with William and Kate last Saturday for a surprise walkabout in Windsor. Express.co.uk has contacted representatives for the Duke for comment.